Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into a microphone. Why? Well, just because I can, and I continue with Mass Effect 1 Legendary Edition. I will continue the search of minor systems. And do some side quests before I go to Pharos. Patatanlis is a large rock world with an unusually thin atmosphere of hydrogen and carbon monoxide. The frigid world's crust contains extensive deposits of uranium and occasional loads of naturally occurring plutonium. With a total mass more than 4 times that of Earth, Patatanlis should have a significantly thicker atmosphere. This unusual feature has flagged it as worthy of scientific investigation, but the need for the extensive amounts of radiation shielding has deterred interest. Scans from orbit have detected a large deposit of beryllium. A standard hydrogen gas hydrogen helium gas giant, Farkortu is only distinguished by its moons. Several dozen of them have been sculpted into the likeness of an anthropodal alien race, not yet known to Council science. Radiometric dating suggests that the moons were worked over 500,000 years ago. Okay, this is a landable planet, so I'll read about it last. Huningto is a Jovian-sized gas giant with a standard hydrogen-helium atmosphere. Traces of methane give the planet its distinctive cobalt blue tint. Spectral analysis indicates its extensive ring system is mostly composed of ice crystals. Huningto has exceptionally powerful magnetic field, which creates strong radio interference throughout the inner system. Paravin is a small, unremarkable rock world. The surface is scorchingly hot and mainly composed of calcium with deposits of aluminum. Paravin's low mass has left it tidally locked to the star Han. If there were any resources of value, mining stations could be established on the relatively temperate Twilight Band. Scans of Paravin revealed an unmanned station in a geosynchronous orbit. Your salvage team found no evidence on the origins of the station, but they did find one of Matriarch Delinga's writings on board. Mavigon is a small rock and ice planet with thin atmosphere of ammonia and methane. The surface is frozen and mainly composed of tin with deposits of potassium. The planet has rudimentary ammonia-based life, mainly concentrated around the geothermal vents deep underground. Severe storm cycles are common. Due to the limited visibility, navigation might be difficult. Okay. Helena was right, these guys had quite the operation going, but that's all going to change. One down, just one more to go.
And stay down.
Crime Lord defeated. Did they have any loot?
Got him, Commander.
They did, actually. Anti-Ropus is a hydrogen-helium gas giant that formed in the outer regions of the Ming system and is in process of migrating inwards. In a few million years, the planet's atmosphere will begin to boil away into space. There is a sizable temperature difference between the side of Anti-Ropus facing the energetic blue giant primary and the side facing the cold of deep space. This variance powers massive cyclonic wind systems. The intense heat it absorbs from the sun, in addition to its own internal heat engine, it causes the planet's dark side to radiate faintly in the infrared. Parag is a large rock planet with an atmosphere composed of nitrogen and argon. Despite lying over 600 AU from Ming, its surface is scorching hot and mainly composed of alumina with deposits of silver. Due to radiation and heat, landing on Parag's sunward side with anything less than a warship-grade shielding would likely be fatal. Parag rotates at a retrograde to the rest of the Ming system, indicating it is slightly a captured body. Scans from the planet Parag have revealed large deposits of titanium. Altanroch is a small but typical hydrogen-helium gas giant with no outstanding features. Its combination of strong magnetic field and a relatively shallow gravity well make it a popular stopover world for discharging FTL drive cores. Scanning Altanroch revealed something of interest in the debris field. Joker brought the Normandy in close, and a small team was able to retrieve some valuable detritus, including a League of One medallion. Now, before I land, I want to check if this ship is not connected with anyone's, with anyone's quest. The Worthington is a Kowloon-class modular conveyor of a human design, configured for a mixed freight and passenger hauling. The ship appears to be in a shutdown state. The main thrusters are cold, and it's adrift in the orbit. The Morrison Company of Shang-Chi. Okay, let's read about that. Kepler Verge. Newton system. Okay, so it doesn't seem to be connected with anything I have currently going on.
Looks like the ship's deserted.
Everything's shut down. Only basic life support is running.
Did you hear that? Sounded like footsteps. Somebody set that trap. This whole place could be wired.
Jacob's not going to make it. His brain was deprived of oxygen for too long. There's nothing any of us can do for him now except let him die with dignity. It's what he would want. I'm more worried about Julia now. She's showing signs of severe depression. I gave her some meds that should help, but I better warn the captain.
Looks like that machine is keeping him alive.
No brain activity. He's dead. This body is nothing but an empty shell.
Maybe we should shut the machine down. It's the merciful thing to do.
Your call, Commander. But maybe we should wait until we know more about what's going on before we do anything.
Yeah, that's true. You can't just stroll into a random ship and start disconnecting people's life support.
They say Jacob's gone. They say his brain isn't functioning anymore, and they want to shut off his machines. But Jacob's the only thing in the world that matters to me. I don't know how to help him, and it's tearing me up inside. I just feel so helpless, so damn angry. Dr. Smith gave me some meds to calm down, but I didn't take them. I can't. Not until I figure out a way to help Jacob. I won't give up on him. I won't!
Jacob is showing no signs of brain activity. There's nothing more we can do for him. He wouldn't want to be kept alive by machines, so we're going to disconnect the life support. Dr. Smith is worried about Julia's reaction, though. She can't seem to let Jacob go. The stress is making her implants flare up, causing intense migraines. It'll probably be easier for everyone if we don't tell her until after we shut the life support down. give her a chance to... Julia, what are you doing here? Why are you...
Yeah, so she went crazy on account of not being able to deal with his death. And you know, seeing how she killed the rest of the crew, leaving this guy in here is pointless. So let's just turn it off and let him die, especially because it has been underscored by medical professionals, no less, that he's basically gone, right? He has no brain function left. He's just basically no. His body is technically alive, kept alive by those machines, but he as a person is no longer there.
You did the right thing, Commander. Now it gets fun. Mid-Vigil deployed.
Okay, was I here? Artemis Tau. I was here, right? I'm kind of... Argos Row. No. I'm going from this direction. So I was here, and here. I wasn't here. Artemis Tau is the one where Liara was, so I did explore that. During the initial survey of the Anateos system, wait. I read that, right? Was I in here as well? No, it isn't surveyed, so... During the initial survey of the Anateos system, only a single flyby probe was spared by the small scorched world of Ageko. It revealed a planet unusually rich in heavier elements given its size. Ageko is a standard terrestrial with a thin atmosphere of krypton and xenon. Its crust is mainly composed of magnesium with deposits of cobalt and other heavy materials. Due to extremely rough cratered terrain, starships are discouraged from landing. Now, I'm pretty sure I did read that before. When scanning the planet, you detected a large concentration of hydrogen. It's a standard hydrogen-helium gas giant with traces of methane. If Trebin's terraforming is successful, it's expected that a helium-3 fuel refining facility will be set up. No, I was here. What's going on? Yeah, trapped and crashed in the gas giant's lower atmosphere. I did read. What's going on with this? I was here. You recovered a strange object orbiting Ploba. Chief Engineer Adams and Tally tried unsuccessfully to determine its origin. They did find one of Matriarch Delinga's writings stored within. What's going on? Like, I'm pretty convinced I actually was here already. Ploba is the second and by far the larger of Anato's two gas giants. Active scans by survey ships have returned tantalizing indications of massive solid structures deep within the atmosphere, too regular in pattern to be anything natural. Some believe that Ploba is a Jupiter brain, a planet-sized supercomputer. Adherents to this theory have fruitlessly beamed signals towards the sunken megastructures, hoping to get the machine's attention. Others believe that the ancient spacefaring race disposed of their weapons of war by dumping them into the planet. The last attempt to reach and salvage Ploba's deep anomalies went tragically wrong and ended with a crew of 12 being trapped and crushed in the gas giant's lower atmosphere. Vemal is an enormous terrestrial world of mixed rock and ice, with an atmosphere of methane and ethane. Its frozen surface is mainly composed of calcium, with deposits of iron. Because of noxious surface gases, explorers are warned to use extreme caution. The scans from orbit detected a large deposit of uranium. Hunidor is a moderately sized ice world with an extremely thin atmosphere composed of krypton and xenon. Its frozen surface is unusually smooth, suggesting widespread repaving by cryovolcanic processes, though no such activity is currently evident. Trebin is a modest terrestrial world with an atmosphere composed of nitrogen and argon. Its surface is mainly composed of nickel with deposits of silver. No, but I was here. Like, clearly I was in this system. Like, let me just land and look at the map. Because if the mineral deposits are, filled out, then I must have been here. Wait. What's going on? Research base? Am I going insane? I think I might be. We've surveyed a small deposit of plutonium. I might actually be going insane. I was pretty convinced I wasn't here before, but clearly I wasn't. There are even enemies left? This device is transmitting tight beam signals into the geosynchronous orbit. This disrupts the survey team's GPS satellites, causing them to crash nearby. Wait. No, but I was here. What are you talking about? It's like full of husks?
This place looks abandoned.
What's going on? Did I die afterwards? And not return? Like... Although maybe, like, I would have to look back, because there was actually an hour of material that I had to redo because because I didn't press the I didn't enable the recording, so I played for an entire hour And then realized I didn't actually record anything, so I had to redo an entire hour of play. Maybe that was the hour spent here, and then I forgot I landed on this planet when redoing that and didn't do that?
According to these data logs, the survey team unearthed some kind of alien technology.
Could be answers at the excavation site.
Yeah, I think that must be it. Because I have no other explanation for the fact that I clearly remember being here, and yet the game doesn't remember me being here.
I smell trouble.
Whatever alien technology the survey team unearthed must have turned them into mindless fanatics, machine cultists.
Whatever they found, it's long gone now.
Oh, come on. Did I at least save in the meantime? Yes. That accounts for all of the Exogeny survey team. They were converted to cybernetic husks by devices similar to those used by the Geth on Eden Prime. How they came to be buried on the frontier world so far from Geth territory is a mystery. Well, I would say what's a greater mystery is how did they come to be impaled on them? Like, they would have to do that to each other, right? Which is kind of disturbing. Trebin is a modern terrestrial world with an atmosphere composed of nitrogen and argon. Its surface is mainly composed of nickel with deposits of silver. Trebin's environment is relatively mild, but the scarcity of water or similar enabling substances has prevented the development of any biosphere. Exogeny Corporation recently performed a test impact of a single water-ice comet into the surface, the first of a long-term plan to thicken the atmosphere and introduce water into the system. A survey team is on the surface, monitoring the geological and meteorological effects of the test impact. Most of the water was released is still in the form of atmospheric vapor, but thick clouds have formed. There is every indication that this arid world will soon see its first rain. The survey team's progress has been hampered by frequent mechanical and computer failures in the GPS satellites. Wait, so have I explored all of this in that episode that didn't ever happen and now I'm doing that again? MSV Ontario. Have I landed on that? Uncharted is a hydrogen-helium gas giant with traces of chlorine and nitrogen in its atmosphere. It has an unusually small number of moons for a gas giant, a mere 7. This is no doubt due to the star Farinata capturing the majority of the mass during the nebular collapse that created the system. While scanning the asteroid field, you detected a large deposit of magnesium. Yuntauma is a small, broiling terrestrial world. Its thin atmosphere of carbon dioxide and ethane is being steadily blown off by a powerful solar wind from the star Farinata. The surface is scorching hot and mainly composed of sulfur with deposits of copper. Its density is low enough to leave the world tidally locked to Farinata. The Alliance Defense Data Network notes that several ships have been spotted cruising near Yuntauma with transponders turned off. While an Alliance patrol has attempted to pursue one, the identified vessel rabbited to FTL. Its trail was lost when it obscured its light trace in the confusion of signals sent along the Alasi Ishtar shipping lane. Scans of Yuntauma revealed a derelict freighter in the mid-stage orbital decay. Your salvage team boarded the vessel and determined it has been attacked by raiders. There was little of value on board, but the team did find a Prothean data disk. With a rare combination of features, Nepneu is of particular interest to the scientific community. Nepneu is a small terrestrial planet with a thin atmosphere of carbon dioxide and krypton. As with all of the worlds of Farinata, its surface is scorching hot. The crust mainly consists of silicates laced with iron. While scanning the planet, you detected a large deposit of thorium on a nearby moon. The Ontario is a Kowloon-class modular conveyor of human design, configured for mixed freight and passenger hauling. It's making for a hard burn for the cover of an asteroid cluster. Okay, it's full of hostiles. Is this the one with the hostage? Yes. Okay, I'll be locked here.
Gotta make sure that.
I'm bleeding out!
Okay, that went pretty poorly, and yes, this is the ship with the hostage.
Intruders! Kill the hostage!
We need to hurry. They're...
See how it is? You write letters and everyone ignores you. Force is the only thing people appreciate. So how about if I kill Chairman Burns and finish this charade?
Please, I was trying to help you people.
Let's not do anything we're all going to regret.
Why not? What have we got to lose? Since the chairman here decided that we didn't get reparations, we've got nothing left to live for.
But I've changed my mind. Seeing you all, it's clear that you all deserve...
You had your chance. Some L2s are nearly crippled from side effects of the implants, but you voted against reparations.
Think about this. Burns is the one man who can help you.
Yes, if you release me, I can take another look at the reparations request.
What, we're supposed to trust you?
I'm an L2 like you. Trust me. The commander can make sure that Burns follows through.
Sure, you promise us freedom and say everything will be fine, but as soon as we surrender, you'll double-cross us.
I'm not promising to let you go. All I'm saying is that Burns will take another look. Right, Burns?
Absolutely. I had no idea that the L2 biotics were this desperate. If I'd known, the reparations will come. For whatever it's worth, I promise that.
You're right. I don't want to die. Maybe something will happen this time. We surrender.
Thank you, Commander. I thought I was dead when they took me. I'll see to it that the reparations discussion is reopened. I didn't know they were so desperate.
A Fifth Fleet cruiser will be by shortly to pick you and the prisoners up.
Well, actually, that's kind of stupid. I'm just going to leave him here with the people that have recently taken him hostage?
Thank you, Commander. I thought I was dead when they took me. Thank you, Commander. I thought I was dead when they took me.
What if they changed their minds? Insufficient omnigel. That's annoying. And also, it kind of sucks for all of the others, because I killed them, and then the last remaining two surrendered. So the rest of them, they could have lived if they just surrendered as well. Although I guess they are still all going to prison for hostage taking and whatever. So depending on how harsh the sentence is going to be, that might still majorly suck. But this episode has been long enough, so I'm going to save and end it for now. That's all for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Although, actually, having looked at the
message coming in. Patching it through.
Thank you for dealing with the hostage situation, Commander. Chairman Burns was quite impressed by the way you resolved the situation peacefully. Your assistance above and beyond the formal duties has been noted, Commander. Fifth Fleet out.
Having looked at the timer, I still have around 10 minutes. Okay, I have to pause for a second though. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. So, this should actually be enough time to explore this last system. These... A scan of the asteroid revealed deposits of lithium. Raisha is a standard hydrogen-helium gas giant with traces of sodium and ammonia in its atmosphere. During the brief gold rush to Klensal, a few companies established an infrastructure for helium-3 skimming and deuterium mining on Raisha's icy moons. When Klensal proved to be less wealthy than expected, the facilities were stripped for parts and abandoned. Scans of the planet Raisha revealed an old unmanned shuttle. Your salvage team found Turian goods on board, all marked with the Trident colony insignia. Gremar is an icy terrestrial with a thin atmosphere of carbon dioxide and krypton. Its surface is mainly composed of frozen ammonia with deposits of tin and other light metals. When exposed to sunlight, Gremar's ammonia can melt, forming equatorial seas of toxic chemicals. This has allowed a profusion of simple fungus and lichens to evolve in low-energy environment. A byproduct of their metabolism causes them to glow faintly. While the light of an individual is insignificant, large patches seem to reinforce the light of one another and are visible from space. Okay, this is a landable planet, so I'll check it out last. Narum is a terrestrial world with a thin atmosphere of methane and argon. Its frozen surface is mainly composed of basaltic rock. Its most prominent feature is the Elos Rift Valley, a long volcanic divergence zone that stretches across half the northern hemisphere. While scanning the planet, you've detected a large deposit of titanium on a nearby moon. Yartar is a terrestrial world with a trace of atmosphere of krypton and xenon. The surface is hot and mainly composed of unremarkable silicates. Occasional deposits of aluminium, magnesium and other light metals can be found. Yartar is noted for the discovery of the Leviathan of Dis, this apparent corpse of a genetically engineered living starship. The Leviathan was found in the bottom of a crater by a Batarian survey team and is estimated to be nearly 1 billion years old. It disappeared after a visit to the system by a Batarian dreadnought 20 years ago. Since then, the Batarians have steadfastly denied the Leviathan existed at all, and all the more vociferously when shown recordings of the corpse made by Solarian researchers. So this is certainly one of the most, intriguing text descriptions of a planet in Mass Effect 1, because you have this huge, ancient, very ancient starship, which also seems to kind of be alive, like, or have been alive at a certain point. It's a cybernetic mix, and it has been supposedly hijacked by the Batarians. It's all very mysterious and intriguing, and it sort of links to the main plot. And let's just, it tangentially links to the main plot. Is what I meant. You can extrapolate from it certain things that are important. But let's just leave it at that for now. Klensal has a thin atmosphere of carbon dioxide and ethane. Its first geological surveys were performed by Batarians and suggested areas of great mineral wealth. Human mining concerts spent billions of credits hustling to the distant systems and sinking test bores to claim the system for humanity, but Klensal had only an average level of mineral wealth, valuable but hardly worth the rush and the expense. Merida Industria, a small Mexican company hoping to strike it rich in their first extrasolar mining venture, had to file for bankruptcy protection. Investigation revealed that the Batarian crew had deliberately falsified their surveys, hoping it would encourage human rivals to invest in a costly boondoggle. While unethical, it was not technically illegal, and the Batarian government disavowed the personal actions of a few misguided patriots. The planet is still littered with abandoned mining bases, which are often used as temporary meeting places for criminals. You've surveyed a large deposit of platinum.
Form up.
Both of them. No doubt Helena Blake would be overjoyed to learn that those two scum are no longer a problem. There are old footprints leading away from this escape pod, but no sign of any survivors. This dead traveler had a League of One medallion. Where he found it and what he was trying to do with it is unclear. Okay, where do I need? Where do I meet Helena Blake? Go to the Fortuna system in the Horsehead Nebula. Okay, so that's a whole different place. For now, this episode has been long enough, so I'm going to save and end it for now. That's all for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.